think it's super important to note that I've decided to make a really big change in my life, and I pierced one of my ears. I don't know, I feel like I need a little more swag, you know, but I think it's really funny. It's also super temporary, but the majority of the responses are really good, so I'm going to keep it for right now. Starts off the exact same way. 2 scoops of G&M, Go bar, glass of water, and then I'll plan out my day. I'll read a chapter of the Bible. I'll read a passage from Daily Stoic, and then I'll write down just some thoughts that I have. While I'm doing all of this, I also go through like 4 different recovery things. I don't know, more so like warm up, but I'll take this, roll out my feet with it. I got a Theragun, just to massage everything. Band, put around my ankle to warm up my hips, and then a foam roller to roll up my back. So like really, the first, I want to say like 30 to 35 minutes that I'm awake, I just get the mind awake, get the body awake in the best possible way. I could train all day. That is no problem at all. I don't mind putting my head down, riding the bike for 5 hours straight, going on these long rides. That's no problem. I do still always have these second thoughts after I vocalize and open up a little bit more and be more personal. And I know that's always been a goal of mine, is to humanize myself and to show that, hey, at the end of the day, we're all just people living for the first time, and that anyone is capable of accomplishing anything that they truly set out and work really hard for. But it's just, there's still a part of me that gets pretty nervous whenever I put myself fully out there. Because I just so distinctly remember being that 12, 13, 14-year-old kid, being so lost with what I wanted to do with my life, being like so confused, so angry, so upset, yet I continued to just try and act like I had it all together because that's what I felt like I absolutely needed to do at the time. And for the amount of people to say like, hey, like I get you, I understand what you're saying, and I really relate to you. It was a small sense of like, yeah, I was pretty proud of myself, because for so long I tried to hide how I was truly feeling, and I tried to, suppress every single emotion I had. And now to be in a position nearly 10 years later where I can be very vocal and honest about the thoughts that I'm having and, the emotions that I'm experiencing, and people are like, yes, that thank you for sharing that, because we feel that too. It's something so special to me. Yeah, just knowing that, like when you start to get tired, you flail your arms a little faster, you lose form, and it's not necessarily about how quickly you're trying to move, it's about how quickly you actually are moving, and a lot of times it just comes down to like better form. It's like slowing it down as opposed to trying to rush things. I still have so much room to go, and that's like the really cool thing. It's like improving stroke rate for open water swimming, that's a big thing. Just like general form tips too, like shoulder rotation, keeping my hips afloat. The minor cues, the first 1, 2, even like 3K of a workout I might be like golden for, but then that back 1K, that's when things start to fall apart. The Ironman swim itself is 4,200 yards, so you gotta stay consistent for 2.4 miles. That's what it comes out to. I think one of my strengths is just mentally comfortability in the water. Coming back to swimming after taking nearly 10 years off, immediately I was reminded of how much I enjoy swimming, both in a recreational manner as well as in a race manner. So being able to calm myself down, where when I notice my heart rate's a little bit elevated in the water and I know my shoulders are starting to get tired because the set's really tough, that's really reassuring to me, because I know that as soon as open water hits, as soon as the cannon goes and the race starts, I'm just going to lock in and remind myself of how I want to be calm and just flow throughout the water. All right, workout today, 5K yards. It's gonna start out with a 1K of broken kick with fins and just normal swim with fins. So I'll probably be doing like 100 swim with fins, 100 kick with fins, 200 swim with fins, 100 kick, 300, 100, up until 1K. And then after that, it's really just a bunch of broken 1Ks. So it's gonna be 2x500 pull into 20x25s,
4x250 pull, 20x25s, and then I'll do like some extra supplementary work. I want to do more kicking just because I feel like my lower body strengthening in the water is something I definitely need to prioritize. And it also just helps out with like flushing out the body with the amount of volume I do. But end goal today is solidify form, be as fluid in the water as possible, and get to 5K yards. So let's get after it.
When I look at my current training and my current athletic ability and think about where that'll put me come September in France and come November in Spain, it's hard to say because progress is continuous so long as you're willing to stay dedicated to it. I know I have a lot of room to go, but I don't necessarily think that my strongest aspect of my character is how good of a swimmer, biker, or runner I am. I think it's the mental grit. That I'm willing to just put my head down and work. In a race where things get hard and you get uncomfortable, I would rather just push myself into the ground than to give up. And I think that's the side of things that I've really relied on in training when sessions get tough and it gets hard to overturn my legs in the bike, or I've been in the pool for over an hour, just been staring at the same black line as I'm doing laps back and forth, or on these runs where my legs are so filled with lactic acid and I just would rather just lay down. I tell myself, hey, like, doesn't matter, get up, go. You committed to something, you want to do this. In the moment it might be hard, but you know it's going to be worth it in the end.
Woo! 5K. This one. Hey, not even too bad pacing. What up? This is great. What a day. Appreciate you guys. That was great. That was a really good swim. I thought the 33 was gonna get in my head a lot more. Like I literally was just my timing so off. I kept losing the buoy, and then like during all the other sets it was fine. So this pool is 33.5 yards. Lifetime is 25 meters, and the one we shot at is 25 yards. So it's all different distances. Grand scheme of things, like 5K is 5K.
Where does it say?
I checked online. Yeah. You gotta be careful. Dude, what a swim. Hell freaking yeah. Woo!
There is pressure sometimes because I feel like so many people are looking at me and they're like, here's someone that's doing it all. And at the end of the day, I'm just like, whoa, I'm living and I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to navigate it. I don't know everything about swimming. I don't know everything about biking. I don't know everything about running. I don't even know everything about myself. So whenever I get in this frenzy of there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of people looking at me to accomplish this, I realize that pressure is a privilege, and I am very fortunate to be in the position I'm in.
I want to say the majority of my day, it's structured where it's train, shower, eat, do my dishes. It's on repeat like 3 or 4 times every single day. The amount of times that I stand here and do dishes, I've never even used my dishwasher. I don't know why. That probably would help out, but it's my day. It's train, shower, eat, dishes, repeat. I have to say I'm most definitely a creature of habit, considering that I eat the same thing for breakfast every single day. Other than my cereal choice, I will change that up, but I love cereal. Toast, avocado, eggs, cottage cheese. It works for me. It tastes good. I know it's got high protein, healthy fats, sufficient carbs to fuel my next workout. It's just like an all-encompassing meal that I've gotten so accustomed to consuming that it's just another thing that's become a part of my daily routine, and I love it so much that I don't think I could ever eat anything else for breakfast. Like if I don't have this, I feel like my day is almost like thrown off a little bit. Yeah. Alright, I always eat breakfast and play chess, man. I'm trying to get better. Biggest thing with biking is you have so much stuff you have to take with you. So shoes, right here. Yeah, helmet. What else we got? Chain lube. CO2 canister. Sunglasses. Headband. Jersey. Leg sleeve. And since we're running after 2, I bring my sneakers as well. So it's literally like a massive bag of stuff. So a big thing with these brick workouts, which is when you do a bike and then get off the bike and immediately start running, is you have to stay on top of your fueling. I shoot for 104 grams of carbs an hour, which I know a lot of people might be like, wow. But really what it comes down to is like if I want to have consistent output, I need to have continuous input. So by staying on top of my fueling, taking a sip of my water bottle every 5 to 10 minutes, having gels on the bike just is going to ensure that when I get off the bike and start running, I'm able to have a steady pace. I'm able to actually build into the workout as opposed to get 2 miles in and suddenly hit a wall. So staying on top of fueling, especially in these longer workouts, like what we're going to do is an hour-and-a-half ride into a 4-mile, 5-mile runoff. I got to make sure that I'm staying on top of everything all at once. So really what I've been sticking to is I go through 4 scoops of G1M per 20-ounce bottle. So right here. There we go. And then I'll also have a gel every hour on the hour. And since it's only an hour-and-a-half of 1 full bottle, and I'll still have another bottle, but I'm only going to do 2 scoops in this one since it's riding for half the time, needs half the fuel for it. But water intake is the other third component, because I feel like it's water, sodium, carbohydrates. Those are like the big 3 when it comes to fueling during workouts. So being able to stay on top of all of those, especially as we're in Texas and it's already starting to get hotter out in the middle of March, hydration is key. Wait, did you remember our training wheels? Woo! I'm joking.
I gave you my halo.
you're cutting your swim short, if you're calling runs a little early, it will catch up to you.
Your body is fell to the ground.
On the days where I really don't feel like doing it, the sessions where I'm like, wow, this is really hard, I remind myself that no matter what, I'm gonna get through it and I'm gonna empty the tank, because a lot of times it's not about having more to give, but giving more of what you have. You're never gonna feel 100% in training because you're training for 3 different sports simultaneously. So just whatever you have to give it.
Even with the sickness, my gun in my hand. They shot, they shot me down. My body, it fell to the ground. I lifted my pistol and said, I should have had tequila instead.
So April 26th is Ironman, Texas. It is the North American Championship, and it will be my second full Ironman. My main goal is to just truly demonstrate how hard I've been working for this. Instead of getting so tied up in a specific time or bike splits or the run pace I want to hold, I just want to go out there and be great, because that's who I want to be known as in the sport. I want to be an individual that has a great attitude, a phenomenal outlook on training and understanding just how much effort this takes, but someone who shows up on race day and performs and just embraces every single aspect of racing. That's what I look at Texas as. Texas is a moment that I want to be proud of myself as an athlete because of how hard I worked to get there.